Hey everybody, it's George here. I hope you're having a lovely day. The day is coming to an end this side of the screen. The clouds are starting to come over. A vast variety of grey fills the sky tonight, but I welcome it because whenever it's cloudy or overcast, the wind, you'll notice this, the wind is always very cool. And I appreciate that, especially when it's been too warm in the day. Sometimes you can get a little bit sweaty, and then come evening, the clouds come out and they cool you right down. It reminds me of the Joni Mitchell song, Both Sides Now, where she sings about when you're a child, you look up at the clouds and you see castles and pirate ships, things to admire, things to get excited about. And then as you become an adult, you look up at the clouds and you start to despise them. You curse them for the rain, for the lack of sunlight, for the wind on your face. What a terrible contrast. But an inevitable contrast, because as we age in this life, it's very easy to become boring. Have you ever noticed this? Adults are the boring ones. Children have the energy. Children have the imagination. Children are there with their colouring books. Us adults, we are the serious ones. The ones who know what's right and wrong and what is best for the younger ones. We are very prim and proper and hard to please. We don't laugh much. We're very pompous. And we realise just how disastrous the whole thing is. And therefore, we lose our childlike essence. Easy to do. It's happened to me. I've had 5 careers in my lifetime, and I'm only 30. But those 5 careers have shown me and exposed just why people become so unbelievably boring. And that is not an insult, that is just the reality of life. I myself have been extraordinarily boring at times. I've taken the world too seriously. I've taken life too seriously, people too seriously, work too seriously. I've taken nature too seriously. I forgot my Wellington boots once when it was raining. I didn't go out. Go barefoot, George. You might have some fun. But my message for you tonight is please don't get boring. Please don't lose your spirit. Please don't crush your soul or harden your heart in this world that promotes boredom, that glorifies boredom, that rewards boredom through promotions and whatever else. Now, boredom is okay. It's okay to be bored. That's how I learned to play guitar as a child. I was really bored, and there was a guitar in the corner, so I picked it up, started learning how to play it, and I can play it half decent today. Fantastic. You need a bit of boredom, but don't become boring. Because if you become boring, you look at that guitar in the corner and you know what, you want no part of it. You don't want to pick up the guitar, you're boring. You want to watch the news again and see what's going on. Funny enough, it's the same stuff that was going on 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 20 years ago. You are not in control of what goes on in this world. So why not find pockets around the world that you can enjoy? There's always going to be monotony in this world. There's always going to be monotony in your life, monotonous tasks that need to be complete. You need to be aware of that. You need to understand that and certainly accept that with a mature perspective. There's always going to be Excel spreadsheets. There's always going to be certain things that you have to do as part of your job, maybe even part of your relationship. Maybe you have to pick your wife up after work and you have to wait 40 minutes because you always end up getting there early. Fine. It's part of life. But don't become boring. And it's very easy to become boring, especially when we get too sucked in and drawn into the ways of the world. When we go to work every day, 5 days a week, sometimes 6, perhaps we work 2 jobs, we have to crush and sacrifice our joyful, creative essence. It has to be done. It has no place in the man-made workspace. Man-made, that's the word. Out here in nature, anything goes. You can be who you want. I could do a crazy dance and the trees don't care, the bees don't care, they might even join in. That'd be a sight, wouldn't it, for the dog walker over there? What are those bees and that person doing? So don't fall for the trap. It's very easy at 5:30 when you clock out of work and you leave to become boring, to go home, to turn on the TV, to slouch, to watch the news, to complain a bit, gossip, have a scroll on your phone, go to bed, and that's it. Eat, sleep, work, repeat. Sound like you? Sounds like me. Don't worry, we're in this together. So what do I do? How do I stay happy? How do I stay joyful? How do I stay connected with my true childlike essence that I refuse to give up? I refuse to sacrifice. I refuse to surrender to the way of the world. I do not believe that is how God created me, to be an angry, boring, miserable soul. My soul is vibrant and happy, blissful, joyous. It adores life. It cherishes life. It's excited and giddy for life. I get giddy when I wake up in the mornings, even if I'm going to work, stuck in traffic. I'm that annoying car with the really loud music, by the way. You might not think it, but it's me. I get myself jammed up in the mornings. I'm ready to go. So what do I do? How do I stop being boring? Because I work the same as you. I work in an environment that can be extremely monotonous. So how do I override this? Well, firstly, when I'm done with work, which needs to be done, it needs to be done. Don't get that confused. We need to do these monotonous tasks. But once it's done, there's a few things you can do. I want you to get your sense of humor back. I want you to be really silly and childish after work. Do this with your partner. Hopefully they allow it. If they don't, excuse me. But hopefully they do. Hopefully they're up for doing this with you, because it will help them as much as it helps you. Me and Grace do this a lot. I'll come home and I'll think of 3 stupid questions. 3 silly questions. 3 really immature, inappropriate questions. Now I'm going to keep this parent friendly here and say something like, I might go up to Grace and say, if you could be a vegetable for the day, which one would you be, and which one do you think would have the most enjoyable existence, and why? Justify your answer to me. And she'll say, George, shut up. And I'll say, no, tell me, because I'm choosing the potato. I think it's extremely nutritious. They grow in the ground, so they've got a blanket of soil over them, which is going to be quite comforting and quite cooling. If it's too hot, you're protected. If it's too cold, you're protected. And then when you sprout, you make everyone happy. Everyone loves potatoes. Even if they don't like you in your raw, authentic, organic form, at least they'll turn you into French fries. Now your turn. What vegetable would you be? Ridiculous, stupid, kind of annoying. But it switches on your imagination, which has been switched off all day long at work. Don't you see? This is how you rekindle your childlike essence that is not burnt out. I don't care what you say. It is not burnt out. Adults love feeling like a child again, running barefoot on the beach, water gun fights in the garden in summer. Maybe even water balloon fights, my personal favourite. So ask 3 silly questions to your friend, your flatmate, your partner, your wife, your husband, your brother. Ask 3 really stupid, silly questions. Reignite your imagination, and then get them to ask you 3 really stupid questions as well. Talk about bills and the boring stuff first, and then get to those questions. It'll change your life. Now, some of you out there are saying, George, I'm a single Pringle. Speaking of potatoes, I'm a single Pringle. Who can I talk to? Well, something that me and my sister do is we like to send each other reels. Now, you know me. I think social media has its place. I think it can be used appropriately. I think it's great. I've belly laughed from social media videos, and I'm sure you have too, and it's not going anywhere. You don't have to immerse yourself in it, but you're watching this video now, so I can almost guarantee you're partial to a few Instagram reels. I make them. Set a timer on your phone, or set a timer on your smartwatch. And just watch some funny videos after work in your car, just for 5 minutes, in your suit, in your smart adult workwear, take your name badge off, get out the phone, and yes, believe it or not, I am encouraging you to watch some funny reels. You've got to train your algorithm, okay? You've got to train your algorithm to only promote funny stuff. Don't train it to send you the news and all the bad things that are going on in the world. Don't train it to do that. Train it to send you really stupid, immature videos. Really silly stuff. There's some great content creators out there. You don't need to subscribe to 10,000 people, just a few who really make you laugh. And look forward to their content. Have a little scroll after work, but for 5 minutes. When that 5 minutes goes off, I want you to train your brain to handle that appropriately, maturely, and turn it off. That's it, done. I want you to laugh. I want you to laugh. It's so important to laugh, especially when you go the day without laughing. For those of you out there with children, or have worked with children, they laugh all day long. They are laughing. They find the most stupid things laughing. They'll be running, they fall over, and they find that funny, that they fell over. Whereas what happens if we fall over in public? It's the worst thing that's ever happened to us. And if we could rewind time, we would. Children laugh, they get over it. I want you to laugh and get over your tough day at work. And I know it was tough. And I know you put in a lot of work. And I know you're struggling. I know you're suffering. I know you're feeling that depression creeping in. I get it. I get it. You need to laugh. Straight away, after work. What else can you do? You know what's coming. Get outside. Get back out into nature. I do this as often as I can. I pretty much do this daily. It's very rare for me to not come out into nature, even if it's just 5-10 minutes, even if it's just filming a video like this. And then tomorrow I'm getting up again at 6 a.m. to go to work, fine. But I'm in nature. I'm listening to the birds. I'm admiring the clouds above my head, the beautiful wasps and bees that are coming out this time of year, pollinating the flowers around me. Such a vast variety of colours. I love springtime. I can see a hawk right there who's probably spotted something because, you know, when they freeze in the air. So he's clearly looking at something and then they dive down. That's beautiful. That's really beautiful, actually. Wow, I love hawks. I have a thing for hawks. Wow. He's a red hawk. He's got sort of red-brown colours. And he just pooped in the air and it just fell down like a raindrop. See, that was a great example, actually. That's funny. That just made me laugh. Because imagine if a human being did that. I feel creative out here. It reawakens my imagination. And I want you to do the same. I want you to get out into nature. I want you to run around the woods, climb a tree. No, I can't do that, George. It might rip my pea coat. And I need this. Okay, fine. Take it off and get a new one. But if you don't want to run around and be crazy in nature, that's absolutely fine. You don't have to. But just breathe. Smell the smells. Admire everything around you and enjoy yourself. It can reawaken your imagination. Because when you're a child, the forest was one of your favourite places to immerse yourself. Quite rightly so. It's a beautiful place filled with opportunity. Don't lose your connection to nature and become boring in the process. So try those things. Reawaken your imagination. Get out there and do some things that make you happy. If you like reading before bed, reading a really good fiction book is a fantastic way to reignite that imagination, to look forward to something to read. Now, I'm a big advocate of reading because TV's wonderful, TV's great, I watch TV, but it's quite how I would, I suppose, refer to it as it's like a brain dead activity because you switch off completely. You know, you're just slouched on the sofa. You've got the cookies, the crumbs down you, and the Pringles on the side, if you're single. And you're not doing anything. You're not learning much. You're just sitting there aimlessly watching something, which is fine, it has its place. But if you go to bed at night and you train your brain to learn new words, to immerse yourself deeper into stories. And it's been proven in a plethora of different scientific material that reading before bed, prior to bed, enhances cognitive function and is fantastic for your memory, and helps you to sleep better. So you get a better night's sleep if you read before bed as opposed to looking at your phone and scrolling. Don't do that before bed. Do that after work, in your car, for 5 minutes, and that's all you need. Send some funny videos to your friends. Ask those stupid, silly questions to your partner or to a friend. Call them up, make it a thing. Read a book before bed, a fantasy book. Immerse yourself in a different land, a different place. Get excited to read it each day. I wonder what's going to happen. Can't wait for the next chapter. Smile again. Don't become boring. Do those tasks at work. And then learn to find humor in them. I do this all the time. Not from a place of immaturity, but from a place of presence, of realization, of actuality. Sometimes I'll be doing these monotonous tasks and I will do them well because it's my job. I take it seriously. But I'll laugh as I do it because I appreciate the monotony of the task. I appreciate just how silly it is, just how funny it is, just how crazy it is, just how mad it is that I'm filling out this Excel spreadsheet for hours. I find it funny. I'll just start laughing and someone will say, what's funny? And I'll just say, I just find it funny. And I get it, that outlook isn't for everyone, fine. And maybe if everyone adopted the same mindset that I have regarding these topics and subjects, perhaps the world would crash and burn tomorrow, I don't know. But I do know you're still here listening to my words, and therefore I think you might need my help tonight, or at least my guidance and advice. And that's all I can advise. All these things we take so seriously, being stuck in traffic, the emails, as per my last email, kind regards, kindest regards. Warmly is the one that I use. Have you ever used warmly? I really like it. At the end of an email, you just say warmly, comma, and then your name. Because it's warm, it's just warmly. I'm giving you like a warm feeling, as opposed to kindest regards. Learn to find humor in the monotonous world that we have created for ourselves, because you must exist in it. You must immerse yourself in it every single day, and I know it's tough. But there's always something to laugh about. There's always something to smile about. You can change your paradigm, I promise. Life doesn't have to be this boring, miserable existence that we pretend it is. But deep down, in our soul, we know there's more to life than that. And coming out into nature is a great place to get your path straight again. I really do appreciate you joining me tonight. Try it tomorrow. Those 3 things, or 4 things. Find a new book, go on Amazon, pick a good one, order it tonight. I dare you. When you're doing those monotonous tasks, just try and find something in it that's funny and humorous. Comment below. We can talk about your monotonous task and my monotonous task at work. Ask someone those 3 stupid questions. Reignite that imagination. Don't be afraid to set a 5-minute timer and watch some funny content. Enjoy it. People are funny, by the way. People are really funny. We put on this mask every single day, but people are funny beneath the masks. And of course, get back out here where it's safe, honest, real, authentic, and so peaceful. God bless you for watching. I'm going to watch that hawk for a little bit longer, and then I'm off. Good luck tomorrow, and God bless.